Republican U.S. Senator Ron Johnson is doubling down on his comments about the Capitol riots, Antifa, and Black Lives Matter supporters. During an interview on a conservative radio show last week, Johnson said he never felt threatened during the insurrection in January because the rioters respected law enforcement, but he said if they had been Black Lives Matter protesters, he might have been concerned. A.J. Bayatpour spoke with the senator one-on-one about this and shows you how some Democrats are responding.
State Representative Lakeisha Myers says she finds it troubling enough Senator Ron Johnson says he was not concerned for his safety during the January 6th insurrection.
I worked in the U.S. Capitol. I worked for several members of Congress in the House side and the Senate. And I know how difficult it is to breach the Capitol.
Johnson stands by his comments, saying he was defending the peaceful majority of Trump supporters and that the volume of violent protests over the summer explains why he would have been more worried had it been a Black Lives Matter protest.
By and large, they were people that respect law enforcement. They would never even think of rioting or breaking the law. And that's just the point I've been trying to make. I've been trying to push back on the broad brush that 74 million Americans are somehow suspected domestic terrorists.
Who has said that every Trump voter is an armed insurrectionist?
What they have said is there were thousands of armed insurrectionists, and I don't believe there were. And I was comparing the level of destruction in 570 riots versus the one Capitol breach, which I also condemned.
Going back to Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017, there has been far more than one incident of large-scale right-wing violence.
As our conversation went on, I asked Representative Myers, does she think Senator Johnson believes in his heart the things he said, or that it's a calculation that he believes this is the most effective political message?
I believe that. I believe it. And he spoke his truth because he looked at the crowd and said, oh, well, I agree with them. They're not here for me.
That number of riots Senator Johnson mentions, about 570, comes from the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project. That same group put out a report last fall saying right-wing militia groups pose a serious threat to the security of American elections.